Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna make some backcountry steak and eggs. So the inspiration for this video was because I saw Paul Messner post a video about while camping, and he had this delicious steak and egg breakfast. And I thought to myself, one, I don't want to be mountain lion bait by bringing steak into the backcountry, and two, that just seems really heavy and a little bit complicated to eat. So what I did was just go through my food box and think, what can I do to try to create that similar experience that's very lightweight but super, super tasty and easy to eat and easy to clean up afterwards. So we've got sort of a 3-ingredient recipe here we're gonna make in our Jetboil cook pot, and this is the mini mo because it's bigger, it's more meant for cooking versus boiling water. And so what I have here and what you'll need is some Ova Easy eggs, some beef biltong. So what biltong is, it's actually air-dried steak. So it's not like a dehydrated jerky. And so what they do is air dry the steak and they slice it really, really thin. So it still has that big steak flavor to it. And then what I also found at Walmart was this buttery steakhouse rub. So it's Kinder's buttery steakhouse rub. And so those are the 3 ingredients. And what you can do at home is actually just measure it out into a little sort of snack Ziploc, add instructions about how much water you add, and take it with you out into the backcountry. Some other add-ins you might want to consider are olive oil, or even mayo, or even the delicious buttery spread from KFC, which is actually really, really good. I mean, you can always ask for extra at the counter. But those are things to try to create the steakhouse feel, where it's this creamy, smooth, flavorful steakhouse flavor in your eggs. So let's get started. So what I have in here is the equivalent of 2 eggs. And so with Ova Easy's instruction, 1 egg is 2 tablespoons, and you add 3 tablespoons of water to it. And then 2 eggs is 4 tablespoons of the egg powder with 6 tablespoons of water to it. And then I just added a tablespoon of this buttery spread as well. And then for me, I put in about 4 little strips of the beef biltong. So since I pre-measure that, we're gonna set this stuff aside, and we're gonna get our water measured out. You can leave the steak in your mix. I'm just gonna take it out for now while I try to whip up the eggs. So dumping that in, using that for trash. And then we've got our filtered water. And if you do have one of these Hydro Packs to store water in it, just a note is that one of these capfuls is about 1 tablespoon of water. I tend to just eyeball this mix when I'm making it. We made 2 eggs, and it's a 2 to 3 ratio. So we're gonna put about 5 to 6 tablespoons of water. And this is kind of how I measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what I like about these eggs is that they do cook up just like real scrambled eggs. They're nice and light and fluffy. They don't have this sort of grainy, powdery taste, and they still have a lot of flavor to them. And they're very forgiving when you mix them in. So if it's too thick, you're gonna see that it's too thick, so it looks a little pasty, but I found that I can never really make it too thin. The eggs still cook up really, really nicely. So we're just gonna stir that in with our long-handled fork. And then get this pot going. Now you can probably, if you've got one that simmers, start it at more of a medium heat so you don't burn those eggs right away, but these cook up really quickly. Just make sure you're stirring it. You already see on the bottom that's probably too much heat. We're going to add some olive oil to this. Oops. Squirted a little too far. Probably shut that off all the way. It'll continue to cook. And then last minute, you just want to add the steak in. And I just put it in as full strips. And there we go. A delicious steak and eggs breakfast. I get a piece of steak in there. So good. And hot. Woo. And that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the contents of this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing to my channel. I talk all about hiking, camping, and backpacking and your general life adventures with you and your dog. Thanks for watching.